All right, fine. Oh, any danger of you making a decision in the next few days?
About?
You know what about.
Yeah. And you know there's not a chance of me signing until I get a decent offer.
You've had one, Jimmy.
Not as far as I'm concerned. So talk to Dad.
Maybe I will. And once we're shot of you, we can get on with restructuring.
Hold on. What restructuring?
Have a hot and curry or a bottle of Pinot, please.
We're happy now.
Just nipping these over to the village hall. I'll come with you. I've got something I need to pop over myself.
No, thank you, Bob. I need you here. I don't want to be left alone, thanks.
OK. How about this one, right? Pessimist bumps into his old mate, the optimist, in the street. And the pessimist says, oh, you know, things are awful. Can't get any worse. And the optimist says, don't be so daft. Of course they can. Worst thing. Oh. It was almost funny, that. Marlon, the world's conspiring to stop me trying to work things out with Emily. How come? Because they've got Brief Encounter on the Norton tonight and it's for one night only and Emily absolutely loves that film. So what's the problem? Take her. It starts at 6. What's the problem? Take her at 6. Because she'd have to ask Viv to finish early and I can't get into the shop to ask her to ask Viv without bumping into Viv, can I? Which obviously I'm trying not to do. Oh, Paddy. Yeah. Seriously thinking of changing your name to Susan? Stop being such a woman. Get in there and ask your wife out.
Did I miss something, Bob? I mean, do you work here or don't you?
Just for an hour or so.
Well, we all cover your shift.
Look, I'm just trying to support a village event, that is all. If you can't spare me...
Absolutely fine, love. Take as long as you want.
Thank you, Diane.
You'll have to do without me and all. I've got a baking interest, as you know.
Yep, great. Perfect.
Something bothering someone, perchance?
You don't want to know.
I think I'll be the judge of that. Come on, tell Auntie Diane.
Then he starts going on about restructuring.
He's winding you up. Take no notice.
So it's not true, then?
Well, yeah, he's proposed it, but so far nothing's happened. Yeah, what do you care anyway? You're well out of it.
I spent 20 years building the business up.
Well, you've got nothing to worry about then, have you? So shut up and throw some darts.
So we ended up having this nightcap.
You're not going to use the words one thing led to another, are you?
Well,
Louise.
Matthew came on to me.
How far did it go?
Well, we kissed.
And? How long before you stopped him?
Straight away, Diane.
Good. What were you thinking letting him stay after hours in the first place?
I know.
I presume you haven't told Terry.
Of course not. It'll only make things worse. No, I've kicked him into touch now, so hopefully that'll be the end of it.
All right. Hey, what did you do?
Me?
Yeah, your missus. Like a bear with a sore head this morning. What'd you do?
Nothing. Honest. No, she was fine with me first thing. Must be you.
Yeah. Should envy you, shouldn't I, really? You know, lovely lad, lovely girlfriend. Hey, you're lucky they don't just go for looks, though, aren't you?
Or money, or power, or fast cars, or physical strength, or being good in the kitchen.
Hiya, gorgeous. What are you doing tonight?
Nothing special.
Good. How do you fancy being wined and dined at my place? I'm not taking no for an answer. I have just been offered a whole series of gigs because of that last one. So I owe you a big thank you.
Sounds like a date then.
Mwah. I'll see you at tea time.
You have to be careful.
Louise!
Oh, don't worry, I am being.
You're not going to believe this.
What's up?
Dry rot on the roof of the B&B.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah, well, that's what the survey says.
Oh, that's all we need.
I've been trying to get hold of Matthew on the blower. I mean, it's bound to affect a mortgage offer.
Yeah, of course.
Well, if I don't get any joy, I'll try and catch him later. Meanwhile, I'm going to have a drink. Going to join me?
Yeah, I'll be with you in a minute.
Oh, listen, are you sure Matthew won't say anything to Terry about last night?
I'm as sure as I can be. He's the one who got humiliated, not me.
If you say so. Come on, there's work to do.
There you go, my petal.
Mrs. Windsor?
Well, don't look so surprised. If I can't even make you a cup of tea, what sort of employer would I be, eh?
It was being called Petal that rather threw me.
It's just a sign of affection. Excuse me.
Hiya.
Hiya.
You all right?
Listen, yes, I'm fine. Listen, briefing counters on in Norton tonight, and I thought you might fancy going, so I booked us a couple of tickets. Is there any chance you can ask Viv to knock off early and I'll pick you up about 5:30?
Paddy, why are you talking so funny?
I'm not. Am I? I'm not.
I barely caught any of that.
Sorry, I'm just in a hurry, that's all. There was a bad pig in Robblesfield, so what do you think?
About what?
About the film, sorry. About the film. What do you think of the film?
I can't. I'm going for dinner with Paul tonight.
Paul's? We're talking about brief encounter here, one night only on the big screen, me and you.
I'm sorry I'll miss it, but I've made a commitment and I want to stick to it. You know those things are important to me.
Right. I better get going then, hadn't I?
Sorry.
No, it's okay. See ya.
George, how are you?
Delighted to be here.
Road still clear?
Oh, yes. Snow hasn't settled yet. Laurel not in attendance?
She's inside, face painting. Come and say hello.
Either. Good to see you.
Testing. All right, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm going to be cooking for you today are two dishes. For the more traditional among you, hello, I'm going to be doing a steak and ale pie. But for those of you who are more adventurous, you know who you are, I'm going to be flame walking a little Thai-style thing that I've thrown together myself. How does that sound? It sounds good. All right, for this side dish, I like to use shiitake.
Pearl, do your nails for you, love? Possibly, when I've had a little look round, love. Not sure I want to be standing next to her when she's got a pair of scissors in her hand. Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Spider-Man? Yeah. You're going to be Spider-Man? Well, that's no problem.
Wonderful. You've won a dozen eggs.
Oh, the whiskey. I donated this.
Eggs. Take the eggs. We don't want best prizes to go first.
Right, we will be using fresh ginger at this point, but I forgot to get any, so it's the ground stuff. We're going to let that simmer for 2 minutes while we take a little break. All right? Don't touch it. So did it go, mate? It looked like it went too well.
No.
Oh, sorry.
She said no, didn't she? She's got all the plans.
Oh, tough luck.
Well, to be honest, it's a relief. I can't look her in the face at them.
Oh, come on, don't give up.
Shh.
Hiya. Heather, you seen Viv around now?
No,
Yeah?
she's not been in, Bob.
Excellent.
It's been a good evening then. See you later, Bob.
Laurel, how are you?
Oh, I'm very well. Thank you, Bishop Postlethwaite.
George, please.
Oh, George. So it has to be today, all of them?
Yeah, sorry.
Well, we're going to have to go by courier then.
If you don't mind.
I'll get on to it.
Thank you.
Ran into Jimmy at lunchtime.
Gets about, doesn't he?
He said you called that bet off you had with him. So? Just glad to hear it, that's all.
Disapproved, did we? Anyway, it was all just a wind-up.
Yeah, right.
Well, the bet part was. Of course, Jimmy blew everything up out of proportion, as usual.
About the Louise part. Was that a wind-up as well?
I've got better things to do than chase her around the village. I'll see you.
See ya.
Can't stop, Dad. Places to go, people to bribe and all that.
Have fun. Oh, how are you fixed for Sunday lunch this weekend? Fancy coming over?
Sounds good.
Right, that's settled then.
OK, thank you.
Do you want to find out if Jimmy's available?
We're inviting him as well.
No, I just thought I'd find out if he was available and deliberately not invite him. That's just how vindictive I am.
Just making sure. I'll let him know.
Thanks.
So, what do you reckon?
In layman's terms, you're knackered.
Why don't you say what you really think?
Well, what I think doesn't matter. The mortgage offer is going to fall through unless you get the work done. Simple as that.
I had a feeling you'd say that.
Well, there wasn't much point in you grabbing me then, was there?
No, I'll get out your hair. I'll have a word with Louise, see what needs to be done, then I'll come back and see you.
think you could make an appointment next time? That's what I've got an office and a diary for.
No problem.
So?
Yeah, well, forgive me, son. It's quite nice, but I don't go abundant on this foreign food.
It's the steak and ale pie, Len.
Well, I know that, but I'm from the other side of the Pennines, aren't I? Now, if you'd done a curry...
Give me the plate.
Buy him a little chick, you might win again, aren't you? Come on, Jarvis's famous Stambola. 10 to go.
This one is very tasty.
You know whose that was?
And the next entrant.
We've all heard of the wonders of your Battenberg.
You've been banging on about it, Pearl, ever since His Holiness arrived.
Interesting flavour.
Our Belle made it. I helped her, of course. Oh, and the interesting flavour, it's the prawns.
Thank you.
He was a bit offhand, to be honest. Well, not rude exactly. I suppose I caught him after hours, and well, he's probably got better things to talk about than dry rot and our mortgage. Still, if it had been you who'd gone...
What do you mean?
Well, you know what he's like as far as you're concerned. I mean, if you'd been standing on the doorstep, he'd have asked you in and opened a bottle of wine.
Don't be silly.
Still, what he had to say would have been the same. So it don't make any difference, does it?
I think he thought yours was a bit dry. Well, at least mine hadn't collapsed in the middle.
If we win, it'll be the first successful thing I've ever cooked.
I think I've decided. Do you think you could...
Of course. Could we have a bit of quiet, please?
It's been a very difficult decision to make, but I think the edge is just with this one. Entry number 6, the fruitcake.
The what? The fruitcake? Who did the fruitcake?
It was me!
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner!
Never mind.
Never mind. Is that all you can say after everything you've put me through?
You win some, you lose some.
Okay, ladies and gents, all the entries from the baking competition are now on sale. So if you would like a slice, come over, get yourself a bargain, and then we shall do the raffle.
I'll get that.
Okay.
And tea for me, please, Lynn.
Ashley.
Turn up for the books, eh?
I think Bob might need an armed escort home.
Don't think an armed escort would be much use to you. Laurel, I wanted to say I'm sorry.
Well, it's fine. It should be me saying sorry, really. I was the one that walked out.
Don't worry. We'll get there in the end.
We're going to have to be careful, me and you. Head says no, but other things say, other things. You see what I mean?
Can I come in?
Sure. But I've got to tell you, if it's about the mortgage, it's out of my hands.
No, it isn't.
OK. Drink?
No, thanks.
Do you mind if I do?
Not at all.
I'm not working.
No, I'm taking a break.
And using it to see little old me, I'm flattered. So?
I think you know why I've come, Matthew.
Oh, do I? I'm supposed to be a mind reader now, am I? That's interesting.
Yeah, all right, look. If I gave off the wrong signals yesterday, then I apologise. I really didn't mean to.
Yeah, I'm sure you didn't.
But I did anyway, right?
No, not really.
Good. Look, you're going to have to meet me halfway on this one, OK?
You know what? Let's just forget about it. It doesn't matter.
Come on, let's not do this. We're supposed to be mates.
I'm sorry. It's just last night. You know what blokes are like. Rejection isn't just humiliating, it's with me, it's...
I know, and look, I'm really flattered that you fancy me. It's just...
Whoa! Hang on. You think it's just that?
What else?
I don't just fancy you. It's more than that. A lot more.
What do you mean?
What do you think I mean? I've been feeling stuff about you that I haven't felt about anybody for years. I'm sorry to lay that on you, but you came round here, you asked. So there it is.
You were right. Ashley, there we are, George.
And how much do you think you've raised?
Well, we haven't counted all the proceeds yet, but we're thinking it's nearly £500.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, just one thing. As the guest of honour, I rather thought that I'd be taking the winning entry in the cake competition home with me, but I can't seem to find it.
Oh, well...
We'll have it sent on.
And well done to the pair of you. It's been a splendid occasion.
Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Oh, I did. Very much.
And, I was wondering, well, we were wondering whether you'd like to come for lunch on Sunday at the vicarage.
Services permitting, of course.
I'd love to. Thank you.
Oh, great. Well, we'll see you there, then.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye, George. Bye. Ah, Ashley Thomas.
Blame me, you offered.
What? There's not that. You ate Bob's cake.
Is any temptation allowed these days? Sure you're okay about him coming over?
Well, swings. I'm gonna have to spend all Sunday with him, but roundabouts. Maybe he can start to come round.
I don't often drink wine as a rule.
I think it's time you broadened your horizons considerably.
Is that a clever way of saying I ought to get out more?
If the cap fits.
As it happens, I had a choice of activities this evening. Paddy invited me to the cinema to see Brief Encounter. I feel guilty.
Why? You are entitled to put yourself first occasionally.
Sure you don't want one?
No, thanks. I'm reeling enough as it is.
Yeah, I'm good at dropping bombshells, always have been.
Matthew.
Well, like I said, I'm sorry to lay all this.
No, don't. Look, I told you, you can't say this to me. I'm with Terry.
Again, we've had this conversation several times over.
Yeah, but you know that, and you can't honestly think that you were gonna...
No, but I can kid myself into hoping.
Matthew.
Look, I know I'm being stupid.
No, I didn't say that.
I'm not saying that you did. What I'm saying is, I ought to know better.
Why?
Because it's not like I haven't been here before.
Oh.
Yeah. I fell for a married woman years ago. I swore to myself then that I wouldn't let it happen again. Swore on everything I hold dear. Because it was messy, you know what I mean? Emotionally. For me, not for her.
I'm sorry it didn't work out.
They rarely do.
No.
Anyway, she rejected me, and it hurt. And I'm not about to put myself through that again. So, after last night, I kind of decided I'm going to keep away from you.
I see.
That way nobody gets hurt, right?
I think I better get out of here.
It's probably for the best.
I used to enjoy working in the office, but it's just too quiet now. We all miss your belly aching.
Yeah, very funny. Any news on Dad's proposed restructuring?
Oh, why don't you ask him yourself?
I don't know if you've noticed, but we're kind of not talking.
Really? Is that why he's invited you around to his house on Sunday for lunch? That's right, you heard.
Serious? He had to get you to do the inviting, though, didn't he?
Flipping Nora!
Well, all he had to do was pick up the phone.
Well, it's a two-way street, Jim. Are you coming or not?
Dunno. Have to see how I'm fixed.
Where have you been? I thought you were only knitting to the ladies.
Went to see Matthew.
Oh, yeah? There you go, love.
Yeah, I thought I'd have it out with him, you know, clear the air.
And?
He's gonna back off.
Good. Of course, the son might find all that attention intriguing after a while.
Yeah, well, not me. Anyway, doesn't make a difference either way now, does it?